Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to do another what if scenario. I know, how original. But my idea for today's video was given to me in a comment on one of my other what if scenarios for Galaxy, and it said, what if there was a ship more powerful than supercaps? So like a tier higher. So in the game, there kind of already is this. There's prototypes. Prototypes fall under the super capital category when you spawn them in the game, but on the Wikipedia, they are kind of on a tier of their own. They're noticeably way more powerful than all other super capitals, but yet they still kind of feel like super caps. They're like advanced super caps. That's the way I would put it. Like, you know how there's like an Imperator, or Helios versus Genesis, but they're still both battleships, but the two advanced ones are obviously way more powerful, but they're still the same ship class. So my idea for how this would work would be, in my video ages ago called Cancelled Updates to Galaxy, I talked about Titans, and Titans were the predecessor to super caps that were never added, but yet Titans are more powerful than super caps, at least they were supposed to be. So here's my idea. What if they just added Titans to the game, and instead of making them like super caps, they're just god ships? There'd only be two Titans in my opinion. A Titan for sieging and a Titan for PvP. And I think this is how it could work. You would need at least 15% loyalty to spawn in a Titan because they would be noticeably better. And you know how most super caps have around 20,000 to 30,000 overall hit points, or I think it's about more 15,000 to 30,000 hit points overall? Titans would have 30,000 to 40,000 hit points. So they'd have about the health of a prototype prototype X1 or more, and this would make them very, very dangerous, except they'd have to have one flaw, and I think the flaw they would need to have in order for it to somewhat work would be they need to have a huge blind spot, and they'd have to be weak against smaller ships. Otherwise, it would never work. But in my head, I have an idea for what the ship could be called. The Disruptor. The World Ender. I know, so original, right? But idea for the ship. So I'll go with the Whirlender, right? I know. So original, Shosko, so original. So the Whirlender, what it would do, right? It would be in this Titan class, so more powerful than Super Cap. Its cost would be 10 million credits. So yeah, have fun grinding for that one, boys. But it would be 10 million credits, and it would be a absolute shredder of hull, and this would be the siege ship. What it does is it eats worlds. It destroys Freon in 2 seconds, and the world explodes. It's almost as powerful as the Wasp, but not quite. So the Whirlender, I think, could have a new type of gun, and it'd be called Godly Railguns. These would be even more powerful than like the prototype X2 gun that does like 1500 damage. These would all do 3k to hull, but yet they only fire once every 20 seconds. So that's probably broken as hell, now that I'm saying it out loud. How about this? They all do 1,000 damage, but they fire once every 10 seconds, but there's 6 of them, so it could do 6k every 10 seconds, which would be, that's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage in a minute. But I think the World Eater, the thing is, it would only have its railguns, really. And then, so there's 6 of the godly railguns that all do 1k every 10 seconds. And then it would have 3 guns known as Shield Eaters. They're just called Shield Eaters. And they all do 5k a shot. Boom! Broken as let's go. But they all do 5k a shot. And they only fire once every 30 seconds, though. And they're incredibly inaccurate. That's why it's a siege ship, because this thing would never work against a battleship or a dreadnought. And yes, I'm purposely making this ship stupidly broken and never being added to the game, because that's kind of the point of the what if scenario. So let's say this ship was added to the game. How would it change the game? Well, my god, it would change everything. Strategies would be around, okay, how do we get the ship in and out of the enemy base as quick as possible? I'm sure people would find a way to use the ship to destroy enemy super caps instead of enemy bases, because like super caps are kind of moving bases, and atlases would just get shredded by this thing. So like strategies could be like, you use this ship, right, as your back ship, and then you use a Thea, a PvP super cap to defend it, something like that. That could be crazy. Or imagine comboing an Astrius with this ship. Oh, goodbye base. There is just no base left after that. Oh, I forgot to mention the health. The health would be 10,000 shield and 30,000 holes. So I said there'd be 2 ships in this video, right? So that's the World Eater. Then how about this? The Devourer. I know, right? How original. But the Devourer, my idea, is the PvP version of the World Eater. So it's the Titan class, 15% loyalty. It would have 25,000 shield and 10,000 hull. So it's very shield oriented. Basically, an Astrius would eat it. But basically, the ship would have 5 guns that I'm calling meat grinders. So it would have 5 meat grinders. Don't question its name. 5 meat grinders. And what these do, they fire every 4 seconds, and they do hull damage, and they do 300 hull damage every 4 seconds. So they're kind of like bioaccelerators from the Aberrant, but they're a little bit more powerful, and they'll be more accurate. And then it will also have 4 things called Zappy Boys. So it'll have 4 Zappy Boys. Those are the lasers. I know, it's a very threatening name. Don't try not to get too scared. But it'll have 4 Zappy Boys. The 4 Zappy Boys would basically also do 300 shield damage every 4 seconds. So its DPS would be insanely high, and it's very tanky, and it'll also be extremely accurate. So it would be a very powerful PvP ship, but yet it would also have a massive blind spot underneath it. So like that's how it would be taken down. How would people use this ship, and how would you counter this ship? So people would use this ship basically to dive everything, I feel like, and I feel like this ship would kind of break the game. But also I feel like maybe it's underpowered compared to the World Eater. I don't know, leave a comment down below which one of these 2 ships you would rather use, the World Eater or the Devourer. If these 2 ships were added, right, if both of these monstrosity ships were added, the game would never, ever be the same. It'd be nuts to play servers. God, just imagine people loyalty farming and then just spawning in the Devourer and it's just buy a fleet, or spawning in the... Honestly, both these ships would just break the game instantly, and the game's already unbalanced as hell, so like, it doesn't need them. This was the most crazy, dumb idea I've done for the What If series yet. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what other What If scenarios you would want to see me talk about, and thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day. Later!